Welcome everybody, Wolfhaven Farm here. This is one of our things that Mary and I decided to do was put cable in instead of wood pieces or steel pieces. We decided we wanted to go natural with the framework. So it's all 4x4 real wood, rough cut wood, so it looks natural. And then there's 2x6s underneath here, and this is on the top. Dan doesn't like this because due to the heat, it's doing some funky stuff to the wood. It's cupping and it's coming apart. So Mary and I had to make a trip to Flagstaff to pick up 20-foot pieces of Trex lumber that will match this. It looks really good. It'll match this really well. It's going to cover over the top of this, so it'll look like two boards instead of one, which is a little thicker than what we wanted, but we think it'll look good in the long run. Plus, it'll give us a good straight beam here. We've got two cables left to go at the bottom. If you notice, there's kind of a big space down there. Two more cables will go down there. That way, nothing can get on the deck or off of the deck, unless we throw it over the edge. One of the other things we've got going on, electricians have started. Got a lot of plugs and switches, so it's going to take them a while. We have lights going here and on the other side of the other door, which will be switched and also dusted on lights. Mary and I picked out these lights at Sam's. They're kind of an industrial kind of look. They're very nice looking, but they kind of have an industrial look. So we think those are going to look pretty good. We have two plugs there. That'll be for probably Christmas decorations. one of the seven, or one or two of the 7 trees that we have will probably end up out here. The top 2 wires coming out of the walls are going to be, hopefully, if I can figure out how to do it, are going to be 24-hour feed cameras so that you can watch our sunrise over the mountains, which if you get a chance to see the sunrise over the mountains on a clear day, it's spectacular. Well, actually, on the cloudy days, we have found that it bounces. The sunlight bounces up into the clouds, and it's all pinks and reds. It is the most spectacular sunrise. And I lived in Florida for how long? This tops Florida sunrises because it is just color beyond belief. The guys, Tom didn't get the message that Mary wanted the door. Mary wanted the door the same color as the trim. Tom didn't get the message in time, and I pointed it out to Dan that I did text him the message that needs to be changed. So that will become the same color as the trim that's around the house.
Which is the one downstairs, and it looks a lot better.
One downstairs looks a lot better. We'll have 2 more of those industrial lights on either side of the doorway. So that'll also be switched and dusted on lights. So that's all we've got out here. There's supposed to be a plug there. Well, electricians will find it eventually. Let's go inside. I'll show you what we did inside. So, reason it took us so long to get a video started, the drywall guys did such a bad job on the ceiling that the tape was starting to come down. Dan had them come back out and redo the whole ceiling. Well, to keep everything else that we've done clean, we had to cover everything in plastic. Tom was not happy because he has to paint everything again. So we covered everything with plastic, including the fireplace, and they came out, redid the ceiling. It now looks fabulous. We are good to go on that. This is our fireplace. It's been covered up pretty much most of the time. We went with an electric fireplace. I'm not burning wood anymore if I don't have to. We went with an electric fireplace. This stone we picked out at a stone store. There's actually stone stores in Arizona, which you don't see in Florida, and they have walls of fireplaces. I've never seen so many fireplaces in one building in my life. There's dozens of them. But this is what we picked out. This is a piece of wood that Dan found over at his house. That became our mantelpiece, which turned out beautiful. That is a beautiful piece of wood. Fireplace here. We did the same thing with the cable and railing on the inside staircase going up. Dan had this lumber for this staircase shipped from California because he couldn't find it here in Arizona. And this is what he wanted. It's a specific kind of wood. Teak, I think, maybe? I don't remember. Anyway, all had to be shipped here. He put the railing up, and sometime, and we can't figure out when he did it, he put the cables in.
Yeah, it wasn't like that on Friday.
It was not that like that on Friday when we were up here, but sometime yesterday or today, he's been out putting in cable. All the doors are stained. Cabinets are all in. Gray on top, brown on bottom. Wine cooler sitting here. It's gonna be in this hole. As you notice, we did plugs on the ends. Wine cooler's gonna sit there. Oh, I must have run out of plugs. Where? Mary has fallen in love with Revachel.
If you've never used a Revachel, you need to buy Revachel for your
We have
cabinets.
two Revachels here.
It helps you get organized.
We don't know what's going into those two. We
I
have
do.
two Revachels here.
All your cookie trays
This is
go in
all
there.
pie pans, cookie trays, stuff like that. And then we have another Revachel over here.
So one's going to be spices, one's going to be like your wax paper, aluminum foil, all those things.
And then we have another Revachel. No, I'm just kidding. That was the
Well,
last
we
two
are going to put
Revachels.
another one in though, where Mike is standing. So in the house in Florida, we had one of these, and this is what Revachel is. That was for your pots and pans. And so the bottom layer of it was for pots, and then the top layer was all the lids. It's a super easy way of organizing your pots.
This is our sink that we're putting in. It is called a wrench style sink, stainless steel. This one is sound coated, so you notice it doesn't have the cheap tinny sound. That's because there's a coating on the outside of the sink. And it also has the protecting shelf. This goes in the bottom to protect the bottom of your sink so that you don't drop a pan in it and put a dent in your sink. So this goes in the bottom. Got a cutting board that slides up here in the rack, like that. And this is the neatest thing. It's a veggie wash tray. So it goes in there. You can chop your veggies on here, scoop them off in here, run your sink and rinse your veggies out, just like that. So this is Mary's purchase, pride and joy, whatever you want to call it. This was what she wanted.
This was Mary watching the sales on Wayfair until I got the one I wanted.
This is her sink. She wanted this. So that's pretty much.
We did do glass cabinets there just to break up the wall. We have the wood ones, but we ordered the glass ones to kind of break it up a little bit. And so that is there. We just bought lighting. So there will be above cabinet and below cabinet lighting. That'll be there. So, from a appliances perspective, you got your fridge, stove, microwave, and dishwasher over here. And then this is a really nice pantry cabinet. So it's a lot of space in there. So I'll be also buying some Revachel things to organize the pantry cabinet. So things like for cans and boxes and stuff like that, just to keep it organized.
So Mary and I have a thing going on with these knobs.
Oh, yes.
We're trying to get knobs for the house.
So we're trying to pick knobs or handles, right? And so when we're looking, so we would love everybody's perspective on this because we do need to buy these. So as we're looking at buying knobs or handles, these are big cabinets and they're tall cabinets. So we debated knobs and corners versus handles, and we've pretty much landed on handles, but we keep seeing some really cool knobs that we like. But then there's the debate on the pantry door.
So my thought is this is made to look like two different cabinet doors. And then this is a big one. So I thought one set of handles here, a set of handles here, a set of handles here just so that it looked right to me. Mary doesn't think we need the set of handles down at the bottom, so
We're going to order them anyways because we can order, what we need to do is order this in bulk because we need 43 handles. And so they generally come in packages of 10, 15, or 20. And so we're going to end up with a couple extra anyways, which is fine to have on hand. So we can debate that. The other thing that I think we've pretty much decided on, it's really two different sizes because for these drawers, putting a small 5-inch handle on them looks kind of stupid. So we're looking at 7 or 8 inch for these drawers and for the cabinets. But then for the things that Mike was pulling out, these small ones, you can't put a 6 or an 8 inch
well, they need
handle on
they
these.
need a handle going across the shelf this way.
Yeah. So they need to pull them out evenly. And so for those, it needs to be 5 inches or less. So we're probably doing 5-inch and 7-inch. You're not really going to be able to notice that a whole lot different, but we can't put 7 on here. And to put 5 on the big drawers, we think will look stupid.
Yeah.
So anyway, so that's the debate. We have probably at this point looked at, thousands of handles online? Let me just tell you, you go into Wayfair and you put in kitchen handles and it comes up with 24,000 options. Now, how there are 24,000 different options, I don't know.
And that is not the only site to buy knobs on either.
Yes. So we've been on pretty much every site we can think of. We've kind of narrowed it down to maybe a dozen that we really like, but yeah, they look cheap, and yeah, we're still debating that one out.
So on to Dwayne's project. Dwayne is the general contractor, good general worker, so he does everything.
He did the installation of the cabinets.
He's been doing tile. So we want to show you the bathrooms that Dwayne has done. Let's go down. Let's go into the bedroom first.
Oh, and we can show the vanities too. They're installed.
Okay.
So the lovely doors that Tom painted 3 times. I think actually it might have been 5 times because he didn't like the way that they came out. So he stained them, stripped them, stained them, stripped them, stained them. These.
So the vanities are another thing that we had problems with. We could not decide on vanities, and you would be surprised how expensive these freaking vanities are. So we were in Sam's Club doing some other shopping, and we saw. Did they actually have them?
They had one, but
They
it was a
had one.
36-inch, and we needed 48. And so while we were standing in the aisle, I ordered the cabinets.
So these 2 are the 48-inch cabinets, and these are really good quality.
They're very
cabinets.
nice.
So they're all plumbed in. They had to move all the plumbing because the plumber put it in the wrong place. So they had to move it over. The countertop in here will be a single piece of marble. Granite, the same as what's in the kitchen, and it'll have 2 bowls on it that we already purchased that are beautiful. Somewhere.
So these came with really nice tops, which we'll show you in one of the other bathrooms. But because of the way this bathroom is set up, we opted to take the tops off and do the single piece of granite. So it's one solid countertop, which means we have 2 really nice 48-inch tops that we can use somewhere else.
Yeah. And this is our tile we picked out, which kind of matches our cabinets. Mm-hmm. And Mary wanted to go for a sauna look. So we have saunas. The floor tile is going to be this pebble rock. We debated that 2 days.
Well, I picked out this tile in February. It took Mike a while to get there. And then once we did get there, it went pretty quick to find the pebble rock that we wanted for the floor. So he doesn't have the floor yet done because he wants to get everything grouted first on the walls, and then he's going to do the floor.
Can we see in here? We've done Dan's done the shelving.
Yeah, it's still pretty dark, so
It's kind of dark in here, but Dan's done. This is all custom shelving in here. This is the closet. Mary drew out the plans the way she wanted the closet, gave it to Dan, and
he built it.
And he built it, and he's changed a couple of things, but nothing major.
Yeah.
I mean, this is basically what Mary wanted, although there is a light switch behind the door.
Oh, they have to move that. They were supposed to move that.
I'm gonna have to talk to Dan about
We gotta remind him that they gotta remove the light switch. All right, so we are going to go upstairs, so I'm gonna pause while we walk upstairs. All right, so now we are upstairs.
We're up in the second floor, whatever. The upstairs bathroom. Notice it's the same tile. Well, it also gets the same tile on the floor, the Pebble Beach. This is a shorter bathtub in here.
Vanity.
Shorter vanity in
Vanity.
here. This one has the vanity on it. Let me see if I can get the...
Yeah, so it's
So
really nice.
It's a really nice vanity. So once again, that's if you need a vanity, Sam's Club has them.
Because honestly, it's solid wood and it was half the price
Yeah.
of other locations. So if you're looking for a nice vanity, check out Sam's Club.
There's also a mirror that matches it. We got mirrors for this one and the one downstairs. We've changed this door. It was going to be a door that opened this way. So you would have to come in, close the door before you could open the closet door to get into the closet. So we changed that. So Dan had to do a little bit of work to change it, and it's getting a barn door. So there'll be a barn door here that slides over to right here.
Yep. So look at this beautiful tile job that Dwayne did. Everything is perfectly done all around all the edges. He did a super nice job in here.
And if you notice, none of the windows in the bathrooms are frosted. If anybody's looking in those windows, they're going to be
There's
in
a
trouble
problem.
anyway.
There's a problem. So I thought I'd give you the high level view here. You can hear the echo. So you can see better the ceiling there, and then the view off the railing, and I can actually step to the edge without worry about falling because there's a railing.
Oh, this is the first time that the windows haven't been covered with plastic, too.
I know. And then you can look down onto the kitchen, which we just realized that means you can look down on top of the cabinets. So we will at some point need to do something about that.
Yeah, I'm going to have to do something about that.
But you can look down into the kitchen and you can see we still have a lot of space. Our sofa that we ordered is in. They were going to deliver it yesterday or this week. And we were like, no, you can't deliver it yet. So they're basically holding it until we're ready for it, because that will consume a lot of the space for the living room. All right, so now we're going to head
Let's go down to the basement.
to the
Look at that
basement.
bathroom.
If you're trying to orient yourself to the house, we've come back down from the balcony, and this is the doorway. That to the right is our bedroom, to the left is the staircase,
You want to hit that?
and then to the left is also the half bath, which is here. There's going to be a couple quirky things in this house. This is one of them. Because we swapped the half bath and the laundry room and put that a door at the end instead of a window, pipes didn't line up exactly correct. So normally you would not have a toilet right inside the doorway, but unfortunately it's the only place they could put it. So there's a toilet right inside the doorway. The other thing we noticed is there's like a 1/2-inch clearance between the door swinging closed and the toilet. So a little quirky. We're gonna have a few quirky things in the house. But then this is the staircase down.
There's no light in there.
Okay, well, we can still maybe see it. So if you know me, my favorite color combination is yellow and blue. I absolutely love yellow and I absolutely love blue. So this room is yellow. They are going to stain the floor. So the last thing that Dan wants to do when everybody is done and everybody is out before we move in is he's going to pressure wash this floor and they're going to stain it. And so he sent me the color chart the other day of what colors I could choose from. So I picked something that was called an Aztec tan, I think was the name of it. Yeah. So it's going to be a tan color. The gray will come through some, but it's going to be a tan color. I wanted to keep it light. And so it's going to go nice with the yellow doors or the yellow walls. Mm-hmm. And then in here, I don't know if you can even see this or not. Oh, you might be able to see it somewhat well. This is actually this is blue. So it looks like washed denim is what it ends up looking like. So Dwayne has this bath done. Now this, ironically, ended up being the largest shower in the house, which is kind of interesting. And then the floor tile also looks like a washed denim color. So once we get light in here, I can really show this to you, but it's beautiful. It's really pretty. And then this is going to be my working bathroom. So we bought a huge garden sink that we're working on getting a vanity that will work with it, and it'll go here. So I've actually got room for a good 50-inch cabinet here. The sink itself is 36 inches, so it's big and it's deep so that I can actually sit glass down in it and wash it without worrying about dropping it. And then there's a place for me to set it to the side to let it dry. So that was the whole plan down here. And it's kind of funny because every decision we've made has been to put the expensive stuff upstairs and not down here. But ironically, I think this bathroom is going to end up being the prettiest bathroom, even though it's going to be the cheapest bathroom. Okay.
This is our storage room here.
Oh, they got this up.
That there is tons of pipes running through this ceiling. Everything that you can imagine is running up through this ceiling. They're putting in a drop ceiling. Now, it's not the cheapy,
Ones that we grew up with.
the cardboard stuff. It's actually drywall. So it'll slide up and it'll be basically a drywall ceiling. It'll just be sitting in rack instead of being permanently attached to the ceiling. This is going to be the storage room. This is the maintenance room. Air conditioners will go in here.
Water heater.
Hot water heater. Water purifying system. The electrical box is in here.
It's the only room we didn't paint because it's really pointless to waste paint in this room. So it's primed, but it doesn't have any color on the wall.
It does have a whole lot of pipes sticking out of it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of pipes. And then this is
This is going to be
storage.
storage.
So this is a great space underneath the staircase that goes upstairs. That'll be storage. So I know we've shown some of these things in other videos, but we're trying to keep everybody up to date on everything that we've got going on and where we are from a recap perspective. So this coming week, we have the electricians coming back out to finish work.
Yep.
The plumber is supposed to come. Mike and I bought toilets at Home Depot yesterday, and thank you, Mike, at Home Depot for helping us out, because the way, again, these bathrooms are set up, one of them is different than the other three. So 3 of them are a 12-inch rough-in, if you understand what that means, and one's a 10-inch rough-in, which means you don't have as much space to put the toilet in, which means it's a specialty order toilet, which of course then means it's more expensive than a regular toilet. But we worked with Mike, who's the manager of the Home Depot. He gave us a discount. He gave Mike his military discount. He took money off. Like, he was super, super helpful. We've spent a lot of money in his store.
Yeah, he actually knows us because we are the ones that read their 70% off bin continuously.
Yeah.
And we have they usually hide it when we come into the store, because when we take everything out, they have to make up the difference of the 70% off. So they've got so much of a budget that they can do that with. Well, when you take everything out of the bin, they end up needing to come up with about $500 worth of.
Yeah, it hits their limit. So they only get so much credit every day in a store to give discounts. And so if you raid that bin like we've done, you trip that credit. And so they don't notice. Sometimes they don't like it when we walk in. Like, they've hid the bin on us before. But
They actually have hidden the bin.
yeah,
So that,
they're like, or they've told us to, we can't afford it today because we don't have the money.
We went in one time and it was full of pressure treated lumber. And I hadn't planned on buying anything that day. And I saw it, and Mary had gone to the bathroom, and I chased her down. I'm like, Mary, the bin's full of pressure treated lumber. So we head over there, and the freaking bin's gone. I'm like, I know it was sitting right here. The whole thing is full of pressure treated lumber. And then we found the manager, he's a friend of ours too. And matter of fact, we had to lay stuff over one time because they didn't have enough money to cover what we were buying. So they saved it for us. But this time he goes, I don't have any money. I can't even let you near that bin, and I've hidden it.
Yep.
He knows us. They always, they are so good with helping us do projects out here.
Yeah. So he really helped us that way. So we were able to bring 3 of the toilets home to be installed this week, but the other one had to be shipped to the store, which that also Mike ended up calling the vendor because they could ship it to us next week for $70 or ship it to the store for free in 2 weeks. And he's like, that's not right. They're going to ship it to the store next week for free. So he called them, got that squared away from us as well. The other exciting thing we did, we think, is pick the backsplash for the kitchen. So we'll save that for another video. But we think we have finally decided on that.
We'll see.
We like it, we bought it, it's gonna look great, but we're gonna save that for another video.
It may go back. I don't know yet.
Yeah, so anyways, so that's it. Anything else, Mike?
I think we're caught up.
All right, we are caught up. I hope everybody's having a great Sunday, and we will keep you updated this week as things go. Oh, the other big thing is the floor should arrive this week, and they may start installing the floor upstairs.
Maybe not.
Yeah, so that might be the next one. So,
That might be the next one. I think Dan said that it's somewhere in Phoenix and they can't find it or
oh,
something.
okay. Well, then maybe not.
Because he was supposed to go down today and get it, and his trip got canceled, so no gambling for Dan.
Poor Cam. All right, everybody. Thanks. Have a good Sunday.
Goodbye, everybody. Have
Bye.
a good one.